Hello, my name is Francesca Caregnato. I'm a psychologist, psychotherapist, grief counselor, and professor. And today I would like to bring to the table one of the aspects that it's important to consider while being with someone or helping, psychotherapeutically speaking, someone who has suffered an aggression. And when I mean an aggression, it could be someone who has suffered an assault or a sexual abuse and or a kidnapping, different kind of aggression. I've heard lately a lot that, especially in colleagues, in professionals, that but not only, that we tend to use the word survivor to refer to those people who have lived a situation like the ones I mentioned. And I'm not against this word, but I think it's very important to consider another word, and I'm going to tell you why. When being with someone, and I mean as a friend, as a beloved one, when someone has suffered from for example, a sexual abuse, it's very important, as well as in therapy and during a therapeutical process, is so important to recognize that this person was a victim of this situation. That I tend to say, you are a victim, you were a victim of this sexual abuse you suffered. You are a victim of kidnapping, you are a victim of an assault. And you survived this situation. For me, it's very important to make the other person hear these two words, because they are two different moments of a traumatic situation. The first moment, when we call victim, it means that this person couldn't have done anything different from what he or she has done not to leave this situation. Because one of the main subjects that we work during a therapeutical process in this kind of situation is guilt. People tend to feel guilty of what they didn't do, what they couldn't do, what they should have done differently. And it's very, very important to acknowledge and to talk about the fact that if this person has suffered, for example, sexual abuse, it means it happened because close to this person there was an abuser. Yeah. So these are actually words that I use when, if the fact that you were a victim of kidnapping, you were a victim of assault, it depends on the fact that close to you there were thieves, there were kidnappers, there were or one kidnapper or an abuser. Yes, who was searching for a victim. Yeah, there are outside, sorry for my mistakes, the predators. Yes, and they are searching for victims. Quite often we know that those the predators are around us in our family, between our family members, among our family members, or even colleagues and people close to us, friends, people that we consider friends. So among those who we trust, there could be aggressors. And it's very important to state that the victim is called as such because there is absolutely nothing that she or he could have done differently. Yes, at suffering an assault doesn't mean, it doesn't depend on the street we were walking, the time where we were walking, the fact that we were using a watch or not. It depends only on the fact that there were an aggressor there. Yeah. And it's particularly important to state this when talking about, of course, all kind of situations like this, but especially when we're talking about a sexual abuse, a sexual assault. It doesn't matter at what age it happened. Yeah, a person who suffers from a sexual assault or abuse or a rape is a victim, and the fact that she suffered this sexual assault depending exclusively on the fact that there was a sexual aggressor close, not on her. I use her because we know that mostly we're talking about women, but not exclusively. And of course, it doesn't depend on the way she was dressed or the fact that she was under the influence of some substance. It just, the only reason, the only cause of a sexual abuse is an abuser. Yeah. And then, yes, we say, and you survived. In some cases, we cannot talk about survivors because we know that in many cases, these victims are also victims of assassination, of a murder. So they were victims of sexual abuse or kidnapping or assault, and then they didn't survive. So it's very important to state these two different moments in order to be with someone and being with someone in a very empathetical way, as well as working in therapy or being a professional, could be a doctor, for example, close to someone who has suffered this very traumatic kind of situations. And this is it for today. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate very much your like and especially your comments on the subject. And I see you next time. Bye-bye.